Morning, everybody. Welcome to Coffee Break Accounting with me, Becky Brooksbank. So, if you haven't already done so, press pause now and go and grab a cup of tea or coffee, biscuit or two, whatever your choice is, and then come back and press start so that you can enjoy 15 minutes of jargon-free coffee break accounting designed to give you some support for your business. Okay, so at the moment we're looking at series 2, which is all about simple systems. Now we are having technical difficulties by the looks of it with my slides. There we go. So series 2 is all about simple systems, and today we're going to start to take an introduction into Xero. Okay, so last week we were looking at setting up simple systems. We had a discussion around why you would need accounting software, and this week I wanted to introduce to you my preferred accounting software, which is Xero. Now, the whole idea around simple systems is to show you that it isn't an onerous task to have a system in place for your bookkeeping, and that actually every business should have a good system in place, not just for their records, but so they can understand the business numbers better. So I wanted to give you a bit of support through Series 2 and help you set up those simple systems if you haven't already done so for your business. So there are a number of softwares out there. I tried to get away with last week without actually being biased towards any. So there are ones you may have heard of. Free Agent. If you bank with NatWest, you get Free Agent free. There is QuickBooks. There is Sage, which is one of the more traditional ones that's known about. There's Xero, and then there's a number of other spin-offs of different types of ones. But those are the main 4 that you will generally have heard of. Now, every accountant has the one that they prefer, okay? I know accountants across all of the different, who use all the different accounting softwares, and I myself have clients who use all of the different softwares, but as a practice, I choose Xero, okay? And then there's a number of reasons why. So Xero, Xero, has been around for a number of years, but I kind of stumbled upon it about 3 years ago now. And I was when I was setting up my business, I was talking to one of my friends who works in a big accounting or auditing firm, and she said Xero is the way forward. So I started to have a look around at what I was going to affiliate for my business. I have used myself personally in practice many different softwares. I've used something called ACPAC, which is an old version of Canadian Sage. I've used Dimensions, Sage, etc., and had never come across Xero. So she said, give Xero a try, it's the way forward. So I did, and I've never looked back. So why do I choose Xero accounting software? 1, because it is so easy to use, okay? Xero is very intuitive. So if you think how something might work, you usually find it does work in that way, okay? So really simple to use. And what we're going to do in a few minutes is have a little dip into Xero so I can show you some of the basic setups and how you can start your free trial. Okay, and you'll see that it's very easy to use and just looks really nice, really simple. So comprehensive help guides. One of the things that makes it so easy to use is that you can find help guides for everything. So if you are stuck with something, you can literally go into their support centre, into their help centre, and find the guides on how to click through what you are trying to do. It is such an amazing tool. I've never seen a help guide that is so intuitive. Most you try and do a search and you can't find what you're looking for, anything else. The help guides on Xero are really, really comprehensive, and usually if you search for a word, you'll find what you're looking for. Outside of that, if your help guide's not working for you and you're more of a visual learner, their videos are fantastic. So there's a video for everything. You want to raise an invoice, there's a tutorial on it. You want to find out how to do bank feeds, there's a video tutorial on it. So there's videos for everything you could possibly think of. So if you're more of a active learner, you don't necessarily like to follow the word instructions, literally most of the videos are below 5 minutes long, so you just click a video and away you go, and it's all part of their package that you have all this support available. Then on top of that, if you really do get stuck, there is a great support out there. So within their help centre, you can contact the support, log a query, and it will even tell you how long the average waiting time is for them to reply to your specific query. They do have support helplines and everything else. So if something gets super complicated and it's going up the chain or whatever, rather than just having a helpline, they actually pick up the phone and talk to you. I know there's not many places out there that do actually nowadays. You can speak to somebody on the end of the phone. I much prefer phone-to-phone contact, particularly if it's something new that I'm trying to learn, something a bit technical. So for me, their customer support is second to none. The other thing I love about it as well is that it's all encompassing in the package price that you pay. So sorry, Sage, I'm going to pick on you here. And I know QuickBooks, as I've heard on the grapevine, is going this way, that if you want phone support to be able to talk to somebody, you add X number of pounds onto your monthly package. Xero isn't like that. It's all encompassed in the price. So, which I just personally think is great because you know what you're getting for your money. Which leads me on to the next point. Point 5, it is great value for money. So it is still one of the ones that is relatively cheaper out there, and there isn't a huge amount of things you pay extra for. So when you pay your monthly subscription, you will get the full use of whichever level you're going. So there's 3 levels. The first one is basic, so it's for smaller businesses who have a limited number of transactions. I don't have any clients who tend to use that one because most of them just go for the middle package, which is the standard, and all my clients are generally on the standard package. Now with that, nowadays you also get an app which will come onto partner apps, but HubDoc is like a data entry. You get that inclusive in Xero price if you pay the standard package or above now, which is an absolute fantastic piece of software to help you with your bookkeeping. It makes things so much easier. So then there's the top end, which is when you start getting into multi-currency. So if you need GBP, USD, etc., in your system, you've got that, plus it's got the higher level CIS support and everything else. Now, aside, I mentioned some bolt-ons. So normally what happens is, particularly with Sage, you'll sign up for a package and then say, well, you need to pay this to add this and this to add this. Xero only has 3 main options that you can add. Xero expenses, so if you want to record your expenses, i.e. things you're paying personally and you want reimbursing from your business or for your employees, you can pay for Xero expenses on a per person basis. There is Xero payroll. So if you want to use Xero payroll, again, that is on a per person basis. Okay, and then the last one is Xero project. So if you want to monitor your income and expenditure per project, you can use Xero projects. Now, generally, I have customers, obviously, that payroll's the most popular one, but projects is also super. But they are relatively minimal fees. So even though you have to pay on a per person basis, it doesn't add up to significant amounts of money. So for me, Xero, you can get away with using the standard package relatively easily. And then there's a small number of bolt-ons. Every other function is as standard with it. Okay. So for me, Xero, 100% great value for money. The other revolutionary thing I love about Xero is the direct bank feeds. So it connects to most UK banks and has direct bank feeds. Due to changes in EU legislation, there's been a few that, like Co-op, that are a little bit clunky and they're still waiting for the new bank feed to be linked up. But most banks link directly into Xero. So that means it loads all the transaction statements in for you every morning and refreshes for the day before. Absolutely amazing. It just is such a great tool to be able to use. So partner apps. So I mentioned earlier HubDoc. Now HubDoc is a great partner app to Xero, which allows you data entry. But for me, Xero is ahead of the time with what apps can do. So if you use Dubsado for your CRM, client management, and all your invoicing, you can link that to Xero. There's currently a bolt-on to link between the two, but again, Dubsado recognised that Xero is the way forward, and many clients are asking for it, so they're now developing their own API integration. Things like Fluidly. So Fluidly is a cash flow software. If you have an accountant like myself who has a Fluidly account and clients on Fluidly, then they can actually give you Fluidly Lite for free. So I have a number of my clients who have Fluidly Lite for free, which is basically a 90-day cash flow forecasting app, and the list goes on. So you name it. If you can think of a potential app that you might need for your business, the likelihood is Xero's got a partner app that they're already working with and links direct to Xero to help, or extracts data from Xero to help you make your business simpler. Point 8, why is it good? It's up to date with HMRC demands. So every time HMRC bring out a new piece of legislation, Xero is already on top of it. So they were ready for making tax digital. They are ready for the new VAT reverse charges, which have gone on hold for a little while. They have been ready to, with the IR35 off payroll. It's gone out to my mind. IR35. They're ready with the IR35 for your off payrolling workers. They are always up to date. So when HMRC brings something else out, Xero ensure that they are up to date and ready to meet the demands that we have as businesses to use their software. And the final thing for me is why I choose software is it just makes it so much easier for advisors to have access. So for example, me as an accountant, I literally have links to all my clients' Xero accounts, and I can just log on direct time and look them up straight away. And I can see real-time information of what they're doing. Now, I know if you've got online systems, QuickBooks is the same. Sage, you have to pay for the Sage Cloud software to be able to do that. So if you're an old Sage user, likelihood it's desktop based, and then you have to convert it onto the online function, etc., etc. So for me, Xero is great. Even if it's a client who has their own subscription, they can just send me an invite via email and I'm into their system. So those are my reasons why I choose Xero accounting software. And I just wanted to show you a bit real time of how easy it is to use. So with every software, there is a free trial period. So Xero offers a free trial period, and you can sign up to that at www.xero.com/UK/sign up. Now, obviously, if you wanted to just do a bit more research without delving in straight into the sign up, you can just go to www.xero.com/UK, which is where I'm going to take you to start now. So if we just come out of here and head over to here is the Xero landing page for you. Okay, so when we were talking a second ago about where you can do some more research about Xero, here is what it looks like. Okay, so when you come onto the landing page, you've got try Xero for free here, you've got a free trial up here, and then you can find out all about the different features and tools and everything that it has. Okay, some reasons why, but I've given you my reasons why. You can find an advisor here. So for example, I would appear in their database as a silver partner to help you. Tons of resources. So you've got the video library, you've got accountants, you've got blogs, you name it, they have every resource on here possible. Okay, so Xero is an absolutely great, here we go, it's mentioning with HubDoc, time-saving tools and everything else. So I will leave you all to have a little look around this and see what Xero can do and what you think. It goes through the pricing plans and everything else. Okay, so that's the Xero homepage, but actually what we're probably more interested in is having a little look around Xero. So I've logged into my Xero account and I am actually looking in the demo company. So a great feature that Xero has is you can see a demo company. So if I wanted to practice something, I can just go in and have a play around in here. Okay, so what you can see here is that we've landed on the first screen that it comes into, which is your dashboard. Okay, and it's like a snapshot of your business. And what you'll find is that at each of the, when you first start logging in and when they bring out something new, you get a little help box at the top. Okay, so it always says, it explains what it is, there's a short video, and you've got an article that you can read. And if you don't really want to see that, you can just clear that off. Okay, but as you can see here, your dashboard shows you an overview of your businesses. So you get your bank accounts down here, a quick snapshot of whether your cash in is out, is higher, and then down this side you get your invoices that you are owed and bills you want to pay, and any expense claims. So you can see that I've been playing around submitting expense claims through here. Okay, so this bit here where it's saying reconcile 28 items, you can see the statement balance is dated today because it's done its auto import. So this is linked in the demo company to a fictitious direct bank feed for that particular bank account. And you can have as many bank accounts as here, petty cash, credit cards, etc., etc. Okay. Now, what I wanted to show you today was just firstly the overview, so you could just get a bit of an idea for yourself. So you get your company name here. So if you have two companies, you link up the same account, you can choose which company and flick between the two. But you have your dashboard, then you have your business. So this is anything you want to transact. So if you want to raise an invoice, or you want to pay a bill, or you want to raise an expense claim, or authorize somebody else's expense claim, you do this, the day-to-day transactions, all in the business section. Then you get the accounting. So the main bits in here really are, you can go dive into your bank accounts, you can get a great number of reports, and then you get the advanced bits and bobs, which as you can see at the bottom are things like the chart of accounts, find and recode and everything else. Sorry, my mouse is having connection issues here going on. So then if you signed up to payroll, you'll get the payroll section. If you signed up to projects that we were mentioning earlier, you get the projects, and then contacts is anybody else. So it's all your contact database with your customers, suppliers, etc., etc. Okay, so that's the main overview, and that's as simple as Xero gets, or as complicated, should I say. Okay. Now, what I want you to do is when you come into your company here, when you sign up, obviously there won't be a huge amount of information in here. So the first thing to do when you sign in is have a look, and all I did then was literally click my company, and then you can go to settings behind the scenes. So this is where you can play around with things. Don't worry, you can't break anything in Xero. You can just have a go. So organisation details are, as it says, where you put in all your details for your company. So you put your name, you put your trading name, you add a logo, so your logo will then appear on your invoices, on payslips for employees, etc., etc. And you just fill in all your contact details, and once that's in, that is in the system until you need to update it. But it also means that if Xero needs to put it into a template or whatever, it's got all the main functionality of data in here. Okay. You can manage your users, currency most people won't worry about. You can add any connected apps. So for example, if this is going to load, this business has got Square linked to it, but you can have a look and get whichever apps you want to connect. Invoice settings is where you look at your creating your invoice templates. Payment services is where you can add all your payments, so how you take payments from your clients. So you've got the options of PayPal, direct debit, Stripe, etc., and you can sign them up. So here they've got 2 sets of PayPal active on here. Okay, and what that means is you get different buttons on your invoices start appearing. So if you want to have people to pay now, they can click and they can pay straight through PayPal, or if you have Go Cardless set up for direct debits, then it will say you're paying by Go Cardless. So basically the outcome is that I just wanted the main point you'll ever have to do, so the most behind the scenes setup will be in these screens. Okay, and if you go to the advanced settings here, the one you'll really need is the financial settings, and this is where you put your year end in. So for this business, their year end is the end of March. Okay, but if you wanted to change it, the first thing you do is change it. So if you're 30th of September, whatever it might be, and that's where you put your VAT. But that really is all there is to do with financial settings. The rest of it's set up for you, so you don't have to worry about it. If you want to bring in data from a previous year and start, then you can put in conversion balances. But at that point, you're probably going to want to ring somebody and just ask for a little bit of help. It really isn't that complicated, but good to have somebody who knows what they're doing. Okay. So I'm just going to return to the dashboard now. And that was a really quick overview of Xero. I didn't want to bombard you today. What we'll actually come back and do next week is delve into Xero in more detail. Okay. So we will start, have a quick look at the bank, have a quick look at invoices and how to put bills through, which will all link through from this dashboard. So I just wanted to show you really how simple it is to get into Xero. So let me just start from current slide again. So have a go, have a try, sign up to Xero. Okay, your takeaway task for this week is actually to start Xero's free trial and see if you can get your organisation details set up correctly, including your financial year end. Okay, you can have a financial year end of the 5th of April, which is a lot of self-employed people's tax year end, and most businesses trade to then if you're self-employed. So by all means, have a go at that. So today was a little bit of a whirlwind intro into Xero. So we've obviously had a look at why I choose Xero above any of the other competitors. I'm not saying don't have a look at them. You can start free trials on all of them if you want and have a go and see which one you like. But my preference is always to go to Xero. And we've had a quick whirlwind look at where we can find the information for Xero, what the dashboard looked like, and some of the simple settings that you might need to have a go at. Okay, so your takeaway task: have a go at setting up, starting your free trial and seeing if you can get your organisation details set up correctly. Drop me a line if you manage to do it, which you should all do. Don't forget there's those easy helps, and please, please, please. Let me know if there's anything I can help with setting up Xero. Next week, we'll have a look, as I said, at some of the additional functions within Xero and get you a little bit of pointers on where to start for that simple system that we're trying to do. So thanks, everybody. Hope you've enjoyed Coffee Break Accounting this morning. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you again next week. Take care. Bye.